As of lately, I've been seeing a lot of offensive threat builds running around the park, a lot of two-way slashers, but what's good with y'all boys? It's your man ChaMoma back with another video. Hopefully y'all guys are having a wonderful day, but today I'm gonna end up putting y'all hip to another build. As of today, it's gonna be somewhat different. We're gonna be talking about the 3-and-D off guard. Most of the time I usually play, my man STEEZO is usually playing center, but as of him having a 3-and-D off guard build, as he's been grinding, he ended up getting built to 99. Hopefully y'all will be seeing this video very soon of him playing on this build at 99. But look, all the way back in maybe December, me and Dig was already thinking about this build of the return of Klay Thompson when they said he was returning in January. So as of that build being prepared, I held off on this build and waited until I got more badge points to let y'all guys decide where these badge points is going to go. Or I'm going to put 2 on finishing, 1 on playmaking, but by the time I end up getting this build done, I will have 4 extra badge points. But in the comment section down below, let me know where would I put these extra 4 badge points at. Would I put 2 on finishing, 1 on playmaking, 1 somewhere else, or put 2 finishing, 2 playmaking? But look, as we're going to end up making this build, first way you make this build is making this build a shooting guard. As there being other names like the 3-and-D off wing and the 3-and-D point, you can also make it those ways if you just make it small for a point guard and just lowering the height at certain ranks. But most of the time you end up seeing pie charts, you're going to see this pie chart right here as a lockdown pie chart, or you're going to end up seeing the half and half, or you might end up seeing somebody end up playing on a 2-way playmaker as in most of the pie charts that you usually see. But look, as of me messing around with the new pie charts on the game, all the way back in November, December, when me and Dick actually came together with this build, I was thinking like, I seen this build name on next gen a few times, but I haven't seen the name on current gen. But now it's more frequently that you seeing this name. But look, as you end up picking up more green, less red pie chart, I'm gonna tell y'all boys, you might have a lot of fun with this pie chart. If you're someone that just want to use this pie chart to make a crazy build, you can do that as well. But for the physical profile, you're going to end up using the speed pie chart on this build. And also, there are going to be a few things that you're going to want to do when it comes to creating this build, so pay attention. As you creating this build and you're upgrading the shooting, you can upgrade your 3-point, your free throw max. But when it comes to going to the mid-range, you're going to upgrade this to 86. You don't want to go past 86 or you're going to get any other name. That's one key thing as well. If you go past 86 mid-range, you're going to get a different key name, and then you want to make sure your post fade is at least over 55. So as you get in 23 shooting badges, hey, you can go 24, 25 if you want to, but look, what you get in 23, that's good enough, because you might be a spot up in the corner, or you might be somebody that plays the secondary ball handler, but based on how you build this, you can really make this build a main guard if you want to. But the only way you will be able to do that if you have the extra badge points. But as of playmaking, this is one key thing as well. When it comes to pass accuracy, you do not want to go past 77 pass accuracy. If you do, you're going to have a whole different name. Or if you just don't care to get the name 3-and-D off guard, that's up to you. You can get still some crazy unique names like 2-way 3-point shot creator, 2-way 3-point facilitator, you can get 2-way sharp. It's a lot of different names that you can get with this build if you really want to. But as of you upgrading this, when I look at the playmaking, you get 12. You could get possibly 13 if you end up messing with some things here and there, but you'll have to sacrifice a few shooting. So once you sacrifice a few shooting, hey, you can just make sure your defense is all maxed out. But as me putting up the finishing on this build, all we did was layup and drive and dunk. Even though there's only one finishing badge, even if you're someone that hit level 40 or level 39 at least one season, and you got 1 extra badge point, I would end up throwing it on finishing just to get limitless takeoff on silver. But as of defense, I end up maxing out almost everything on defense, but interior on this build, we have the badge count of 1, 23, 12, and 20. If you're someone, like I said, you don't care for the name 3-and-D off guard, hey man, all you gotta do is raise your pass accuracy up just by a little, get the 13 playmaking badges, and sacrifice somewhere else on defense or shooting, and you'll end up getting crazy names. But look, as of the height, this is where you need to really pay attention as well. As of the height can really choose and dictate how you're going to make this build. If you're someone that doesn't mind making short builds, hey man, 6'2" all the way to 6'6" is the best heights to use. But in between, you're going to mess with the 6'3", 6'4". But if you're someone that likes using tall builds, rock with the 6'5". But as of right here, this is 6'2.5", 1.9 meters in the metric system. So if you're someone that caters to going small on builds and you want to be able to go fast on this build, you're going to end up having a 99 speed on this and a 99 acceleration. As being a sharp lock build, look at the actual ball control on this build. Even if I max out my wingspan at 6'2.5", I'm gonna end up having a 76 ball control. So at 99, I'm gonna have the ability to still be able to get pro dribble moves, and I'm still gonna have the ability to unlock them 80 dribble moves, to unlock the De'Aaron Fox, all the other dribble moves, the Trae Young signature size up, the misdirection, stuff like that. So if you're someone that carries this going small, this might be another build that you might enjoy and have fun on and end up actually liking compared to other builds, all meta builds that you usually see. But as of seeing a 6'3", the 6'3" is definitely the one in the middle if you're someone that doesn't really care about having a 80 ball control. If you're someone that can dribble with a 75 ball control, you're not the main ball handler, or you just want to have fun with a new build, as of this build, you still get a good amount of speed, and you're also going to be able to play defense and also have a high enough three-pointer to shoot consistently. But with not being able to get them 80 ball control dribble moves, that does put you at a disadvantage just by a little, but if you really doesn't care about it, that's up to you. But as of being 6'3.5" at 1.92 meters in the metric system, now look, as of going 6'3.5", you're able to get the same speed on the build that you just got at 6'3", and the same ball control. So I would tell you 6'3.5" might be the best to use if you're someone that does not care about having 80 ball control dribble moves. So keep that in mind. But as you're noticing, every time I go up in height, the build gets slower and slower. Of course, that's what it usually does, but also as me going higher and higher in height, my ball control is getting lower. So once we get to the 6'4" and the 6'5", and you're someone that doesn't mind grinding the build, that's one thing. With the 6'3" and the 6'3.5", you don't really have to grind the build as hard because you unlock 75 pro dribble moves. But if you're someone that wants the 80, you go 6'2.5". But like somebody that's going to want to be taller, like the 6'4", the 6'5", and the 6'6", if you're someone that does not care about grinding this build to 99 and you were just in it for the long run, with these type of builds, you're going to end up getting a 99 speed and a 98 acceleration. But also, once you go taller, you're going to have a higher steal and you're going to end up having a better perimeter defense based on what height you choose. But some of you guys might ask, why did you not show 6'4.5"? The reason I didn't show 6'4.5" because it's literally the same as 6'5" when it comes to stats. Literally the stats are the same. Even with the speed, the acceleration, the jump shot, and the ball control, it's literally exactly the same. But I'm gonna tell you this now. If I had to choose of what height I was gonna go with, I would go with the 6'3" or the 6'3.5". But if you're someone, like I said, that caters to having more taller players, you can rock with the 6'4" at the most. But if you want even taller, like I said, 6'6" you can go. But just know when it comes to ball handle, it's up to you if you want to actually have some fun on the build, or you just want a build that you can spot up on and hit consistently and play great defense. But as of the takeovers, you get a good variety of takeovers. As of playmaking, I would prefer you not to use playmaking takeover on this type build. Do not use it. I prefer using shot creating over playmaking. But hey, sharp and lock, you can't go wrong. But as you get literally some of the best names when it comes to 3-and-D off guards, Richard Hamilton, Klay Thompson, Desmond Bane, like come on, man. Like if it just said Ray Allen, that would have been even more crazy. But look, as I end up showing y'all boys the badges setup that you would end up trying to mess with based on how you play, or say if you're the main ball handler or you're trying to be a secondary ball handler with this build, it's still possible. But as of shooting badges on this build, you get 23. There's a lot of ways you can set this up. As of me, I usually would end up throwing a stop and pop on silver at least, just because it's not going to be a main ball handler, but I'm going to end up dribbling just a little here and there. And if you're someone that's going to end up throwing mismatch expert on, if you're someone at around 6'4" and the 6'3", I would use it on gold or silver. But if you're someone that's at the 6'2.5", 6'3", like actual 6'3", you can use it on gold, to be honest, in Hall of Fame. But as of everything else, you got the corner specialist on bronze, you got the chef, you can put that on silver or gold, but I prefer gold. Then when it comes to circus threes, if you're someone that likes to fade threes or fade in mid-range, you can throw down difficult shots, and I just threw the clutch shooter on. But like I said earlier, if you're going to end up making this build shorter, that's when you end up rearranging these badges and you end up throwing that mismatched expert and then throwing the stop and pop maybe on gold, or you can end up throwing the chef on gold based on how you're playing. But look, you don't need catch and shoot. It helps you, but I'm telling you this now, you really don't need catch and shoot. But if, as of somebody that's just spotting up or actually dribbling with this build, when it comes to playmaking, if you get 13 playmaking or possibly 14 if you got the extra badge points, those 2 extra badge points can go to glue hands. As of the setup that you see, handles for days, quick first step, quick chain, those are all the badges you need. But when it comes to actually catching the ball and shooting, you're gonna need that glue hands. If you're someone that doesn't care for the dribbling part, you can just lower your quick change to bronze and your handles for days, possibly to silver, and just put on glue hands to make it way better for you to have better convenient catch and shoots. But as a defensive badges, this is where I always tell y'all guys, this is based on your preference. As in most times, people say put pick dodger on. Pick dodger does not work on this game. I'm telling you this now. You will still get hit with a big body screen and you will get stuck on it. But as to everything else you see, you can throw the ball stripper on, maybe bronze if you want to. But everything else you can chase down on silver or bronze, rim protector on gold or silver. And then you got the clamps. And then everything else you can maybe mess with the minutes here and there. But hey, when it comes to the finishing badges, if you got the extra badge points and you're gonna put it on finishing, hey man, do what you gotta do. Limitless takeoff, that's all you really need if you're someone that doesn't got that many badges. But look, if this video helps you guide what you're gonna make or try to make this build, hey, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't yet, put on post notifications. It been your man ChaMoma. I'll see y'all boys in the next one, and I'm out.